What's up, YouTube? Peace and blessings, YouTube. Peace and blessings. It's your guy, the brother, Big C. And I'm out here. And the nighttime is the right time. You see that? See this San Francisco? Do not enter. Yeah, man. Check it out, man. We got some news in New York that Alpomartinez was killed in New York. And as I think about it, you know, I don't wish death on nobody, man. You know, I don't wish death on nobody. Much love and R.I.P. to his family, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it's gonna be like, well, he deserved it. He got what he deserved and everything, you know. Yeah, everybody get their karma, you know. That's true. Everybody got karma to deal with, but you know, it's sad that we killing each other like that, and in our society, in our communities, we kill each other with impunity, you know. They say he was a killer, he's a drug dealer. Rich Porter was a drug dealer too, you know. So everybody got their karma, you know. That's why, you know, I used to sell drugs, man. I sold drugs in the streets for 20, 30 years. Back in the 80s, I first heard about Alpo. I used to read the newspaper. I used to read Oakland Tribune. I'm from Oakland, so Oakland, California. You know, shout out to the town. So I used to read the newspaper back in the 80s. That's how I started my day. I go get me a newspaper and an orange juice. And I read the newspaper every day, man. So I remember when Lil Durrell got arrested. I remember reading that paper. Freeway Ricky Ross, Waterhead Bo, a whole bunch of instances. You know, it's just so much stuff that that used to happen. That, you know, I remember all that stuff from the 80s, though. You know, because I was a kid out there on them corners hustling, and shit was interesting to me, man. You know, so I remember seeing Alpo though on the ABC News. And that's when I was like, God damn, he made it to ABC News. That's the world news, you know? So they was talking about Alpo, and I equated Alpo to dog food, because a lot of, I mean, that was the name of heroin, was dog food. So I thought that he was a heroin dealer, you know, but, you know, evidently he sold everything, cocaine, heroin, whatever. You know, he was a dealer. So that's how I first came across Alpo. Then, like everybody else, I seen Paid in Full and read and watched the story. But I had already read about the story because these stories intrigued me, you know. So I read about the story already. I knew about the story, but when they brought it to life on Paid in Full, that was like, that was a good movie, you know. So. And then you look at his character and what he did with, you know, he ended up killing Rich Porter, and he killed him while they was looking for his little brother, who was kidnapped by another notorious goon, Preacher. So, and from what I hear about Preacher, shit, I gotta watch my back when I say that nigga name, because he was an animal, but he turned into a snitch too. So, you know, it's that life, man. But anyway, Alpo ended up killing most of his friends. Killed his friend Rich. Killed Big Head Gary. A lot more people. Then he hooked up with Wayne Perry. Everybody know the story, you know. He snitched on Wayne Perry, gave up D.C. He didn't give up nobody in New York, is what they say. So, yeah, man, we kind of figured that this was going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? we try to impress them streets all the goddamn time, and them streets is undefeated. They killed everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody laid out in these streets leaking, you know? So I don't know what made him go back. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. I done seen the toughest of the toughest get gunned down with their guns on them too. You know what I'm saying? They some tough dudes, but if somebody get the drop on you, shit, that's just like the Wild Wild West, man. The shooter who connects first is the winner, you know? So, you know, I don't know if he was strapped or what he was doing down there, but it just don't make no sense. 3-something in the morning, or you know, that's drugs addict time. In New York, you know, New York, the city that never sleeps. I've been to New York at one time. Shit, that motherfucker went to sleep when I was out there. You know, they stayed up a little late, but it was some sleeping going on. But yeah, man, it just don't make no sense that we put our lives on the line for street cred, and that shit don't mean nothing. Street cred ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I grind for 20-some years of my life, 25, 30 years of my life, man. And shit, I don't see myself going back to that life. You know, after I got out that life, man, I ain't want nothing else to do with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I help people out on case management and social services, and I did that for 10 years. Got myself off parole, was able to live a productive life. So I still help people out, even though I'm not a case manager. I don't work in social services anymore. I utilize that platform, that job, to get myself back in society. You know what I'm saying? In the good graces of society. A lot of our brothers are stuck in them streets, and I can understand the nostalgia that brothers like Alpo have. Like, they want to go back and relive the game, you know, but it's just like going back to the 76, 1980, 1990 Super Bowl. The shit already been played. It's over, you know. It ain't, the winners and the losers have been called, and the game is over. That's how I feel about the game, you know. So it's just crazy to see these niggas go back. You know, when people go to prison, it seems like they caught in a time warp, you know. And if you go to prison for 2-3 years, you're gonna come back, you're gonna be behind. Just imagine you going to prison for 25, 28 years. Yeah, shit look the same, but it ain't the same, man. You know what I'm saying? You can identify shit when you hear you've been here, you ain't been in prison. You can pretty much navigate your area and know pretty much who's who and who's capable of what. But nowadays, you know, everybody is taking this killer mentality, and killing is like the status quo in the streets right now. So you got youngsters just killing people. You know what I'm saying? You got girls just killing people. You got suckers that's pulling that trigger. You know? So, you know, don't underestimate these people, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. That's why I stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? I made a lane for myself. I get up, go to work every day, and go home. I ain't got no bad name on the streets, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I can still go back to the streets. I ain't never snitched on nobody. I ain't did no harm to nobody, to whereas they want to harm me. As much as I know about it, you know. But, you know, I don't see myself going back, hanging out in those places. If I'm doing that, that means I'm lost. And what I think is Alpo was trying to live his relive his glory. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get that glory and be the king of New York. You know what I'm saying? He felt like nobody was gonna do nothing to him, which was a mistake. You always gotta guard yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he wanted something to happen to him, you know? And it's been a lot of it's been some notorious killings going on in New York with the Hasidic Jew who killed the Jamaican boy. Hasidic Jew was up under his dude who was dressed like a Hasidic Jew. He was up under his hood waiting for somebody to guide his target to come out. His target came out, walked up to his car. Under the cover of his hood, the Hasidic was camouflaged over there like he was working on his car, and ran over there when the dude was getting in the car and gunned him down. You know, a professional hit. If you look at Alpo hit, he had some well-placed bullets right through the window, and they said a car drove up, but the truck was high. So if a car drive up, they got to shoot up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know, it's some questions that still need to be answered. You know, so you know, if y'all out in that life, man, make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, man, and keep your nose clean of that foul shit, because karma is real, and karma will come get you. It don't matter how long. It might get your kids. It might get your family members, somebody you love. You know what I'm saying? So stop making that negative energy, my people. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you look at that man's life, man, that's a miserable life. You know he had to have some mental health issues. You know, a lot of us got mental health issues that we don't address. You know what I'm saying? Our ego is so big that we don't want to tell nobody when we're hurting. You know what I'm saying? I think the man was hurting. I think he was hurt. He had hurt so many people that his mind probably was all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? His thinking pattern was messed up. You know, he was sharp and everything. He had his, you know, he had a cool street swag and everything, you know, stayed sharp and stayed fresh, but that don't matter, man. With a motherfucker going through depression and hurt and emotional pains and shit like that, they mask that shit, man, especially the street dudes. Niggas don't want nobody to see. That's a weakness, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, although it's a weakness, it's the truth. You can't do all that crazy shit and not be affected mentally. You know what I'm saying? I used to sell drugs to people. I just had one of my folks, she smoked crack, Missy from 23rd, just got hit by a truck on Foothill the other day, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? We sad for her, even though she smoked crack. We love our folks. We got family in my neighborhood. Those people are our family. You know what I'm saying? They just end up using drugs and getting caught up. But like last time I seen her, I gave her a couple dollars, about $5 or $6, and you know, she's a sweetie pie. But look how many lives we destroyed selling our aunties and uncles and our family members these drugs, and then we kill each other behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a devilish plan, man. You know? The hood, the block, all that shit, man, that shit ain't even worth riding for. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't own nothing on that motherfucker. And none of these gangsters, these thugs, own none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers just die on these streets. You know, it seems like you fighting to get killed on the streets so somebody could talk about you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna forget about your motherfucking ass. They'll talk about you, you know what I'm saying? They can talk bad about you, you know? Because it's a lot of sickness out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, man, you know, R.I.P. to the brother, man. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. and I send condolences to his family. I don't care what they do. Even like 6ix9ine, they talk about 6ix9ine. But man, y'all gonna kill him? You know what I'm saying? You gonna kill everybody? You know what I'm saying? Then you gonna get killed too, because the cycle don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Karma is a motherfucker. You know, and what you need to do is stop promoting this stupid shit and considering this shit, acting like this shit is fly, and acting like niggas living their life is God. You know what I'm saying? Or acting like they really strong people. It's weak. It's weak to go out there and huddle up around hella other niggas and be in the streets grinding and shit. When you go get you a motherfucking job or a trade, a career, and live a much better life than that shit. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers want to be out there. It's like a whole bunch of rats. I'm just driving down the street, right? Hella rats. If I was to try to catch them motherfuckers, see, this is what niggas talk about. Niggas talk about being a rat, but everybody in them streets is rats. Cause it's like 100 motherfuckers around the corner in the Tenderloin, San Francisco. And if the pads hit, they gonna get a couple of them motherfuckers, but some of them niggas gonna get away. It's like the rats, you know what I'm saying? You might set some traps, you gonna get a lot of rats, but then some of them motherfuckers gonna get away. They rats though, you know what I'm saying? So it's all rat shit, you know? And then don't nobody keep their mouth shut. Niggas still telling, you know what I'm saying? Niggas act like niggas tell on themselves. Plead guilty and shit, and no contest. That's snitching on your goddamn self. So you know it's a fucked up life, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy, man. I'm at work right now, man. I work from 12 to 9 in the morning, man, and right now I'm getting like 38. You know what I'm saying? An hour, just driving around doing this shit, man, and I don't see myself doing nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to establish me a business, give me a couple businesses, a couple side hustles, you know, trying to make it happen. I challenged myself 15 years ago. I said, Chris, don't do no crime and you won't go to jail. So I held myself to that. I don't do crime. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. I'm a grown-ass man. I live my life accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell me shit. I'm going to handle my motherfucking business. I don't have to steal nothing from nobody. I ain't got to sell nobody no poison. I can get up, go to work, and go home. You know what I'm saying? Then I get on my computer and work on my little online store. I got a podcast called townvision.com where we talk about people in the hood that got their life together and talk about those old stories and try to come to terms with what happened to us. You know, that's my hobby. I read books. I could travel. I fuck with my kids tough. So that's the life. You know what I'm saying? There's other shit, getting gunned down in the streets, hanging around with a bunch of nobodies at 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That's high shit. Niggas must have been off some powder, you know, or some whatever they take, some heroin, some powder, most likely some powder. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's that life, man. It's unhealthy, it's unproductive, and it's a dead end. You know? So here's another story. We glorify these drug dealers, we glorify these stories from the dope era, but these some tragic ass stories, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't fly. You know? You know what fly is? A nigga that was successful and got out to life. I don't know what made that man think he can go back around there where he done snitched on people and killed hella people and think nothing was gonna happen to him. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think he wanted something to happen to him. Yeah. But also, you got to take in consideration people's mental state. A lot of people killers that I know some killers. I know some niggas just like Alpo. You know what I'm saying? Personally know them. You know what I'm saying? And they have nightmares. They have dreams. They have regrets. They have issues. You know, these niggas is not just superheroes. These motherfuckers are sick. So y'all keep that shit up. And you watch these youngsters, you want to follow in these guys' path. You want to be the next kingpin, the next drug dealer, big time drug dealer. You want to be known as a killer. Everybody I know that wanted that, they lost. They got it, but they got that shit and it killed them. You know what I'm saying? The karma of what they was doing came back on them, and now it's coming back on their kids. Because a lot of my folks that got killed in these streets, their kids followed after them, and they getting killed just like their daddies. You know? So we are in a state of emergency as a people because we are following ignorance. We are following evil, devilish ignorance, and it's like a nigga is committing suicide. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can follow that life if you want to, man. You know what I'm saying? I was really in them motherfucking streets. I'm talking about we wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? We had a fucking store, and by store I mean an open air drug market, rock houses, all the shit, guns, shooting out lights on the corner, and funking with the police and grinding all night and all day. I'd seen that. I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy I changed my life and got out of that life in 2007. That was the last time it's 2000, what is it, 2021? Last time I was in them streets was like that, grinding, was 2007. But it was actually 2005 because I went to prison and got released from prison in 2007. And that's when I said I ain't doing this shit no more. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no coward. You know, and niggas, it's sad that we gotta explain, because I don't want to go to prison for the rest of my life or kill one of you motherfuckers or be in the streets and hustling, that I got to tell you motherfucker I'm not scared. I'm not stupid like you. You know what I'm saying? Whoever think that's cowardice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that stupid. You know what I'm saying? I think about my children, think about my loved ones who don't want, who I protect them from hurting their feelings like that by getting gunned down in a motherfucking street. Now, I ain't gonna say we all got a date, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to push that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all gotta get it together, man. Black people gotta get it together. R.I.P. to the brother, Alpomartinez. And R.I.P. to the young man, to everybody that's losing their life out in these streets. Young men, young thieves who thought he was gonna rock up on the police, ex-police Ursi Joyner and rob him, get gunned down. You see, the streets is overrun with blood. It's makeshift memorials on every corner. They just took him down now. But if I ride through East Oakland, I'm riding past dead bodies and makeshift memorials and blood stains and brain matter all on the motherfucking streets. You know what I'm saying? The residue of niggas' brains and body fluid is all down the streets and in the sewers and in the motherfucking, on the sidewalks, in the bushes, you know? And that ain't fly to me. I mean, you know, I like nice shit, man. I want to go, I'm about to go to Hawaii pretty soon, or the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? I like shit like that. I don't like going to, I don't want to be laid out in these motherfucking streets. You know, I'd rather go out in my bed. You know what I'm saying? Go out in my motherfucking bed with my loved ones around me. On the hospital bed as an old man, you know, to get gunned down out here, trying to impress motherfuckers that don't even like they self. You got to be out your motherfucking mind. Get your shit together, man. Like and subscribe to my channel, man. Check out Town Vision Podcast at TOWNVIZION. Type that into your address bar. TOWNVIZION, townvision.com. And y'all check that out. And y'all stay out them streets, man. Them motherfuckers gonna love you. Peace and blessings.